Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD Indian News on India's Voice to the World. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj and wishing all our viewers a very happy Independence Day coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the nation on 79th Independence Day, urges for self-reliance across sectors to make India a developed nation by 2047 when India completes 100 years of independence. PM Modi announces next generation GST reforms by Diwali, reforms to make daily use items more affordable. PM Modi launches 1 lakh crore Pradhan Mantri Vikasit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Government to give 15,000 rupees to youth getting jobs in private companies. Scheme expected to benefit 35 million youths. The high-stakes summit meeting between Trump and Putin to take place in Alaska later today. Trump says Ukraine would be involved in any deal on its fate. Massive wildfires sweep across Europe. Spain suffers third wildfire death. Greece beats back flames. EU says it is working non-stop to support wildfire-affected countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoisted the tricolour at Red Fort in Delhi as the nation celebrated 79th Independence Day. Flying officer Rashika Sharma assisted the Prime Minister in hoisting the flag, after which flower petals were showered from two Mi-17 helicopters of the Indian Air Force, one carrying the national flag and the other Operation Sindoor flag. Wing Commander Vinay Punia and Wing Commander Aditya Jaiswal piloted the aircraft. PM Modi was received at the Red Fort by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, MOS Sanjay Seth and the chiefs of the three services. The Prime Minister also received the ceremonial Guard of Honour by the National Flag Guard, the Indian Air Force, Army, Navy and Delhi Police, totalling up to 128 people. Wing Commander Arun Nagar led the Inter-Services Guard of Honour. A total of 2,500 cadets from the Army, Navy and Air Force along with My Bharat volunteers were seated on Gyanpath opposite the ramparts of the Red Fort, forming the Naya Bharat logo. Praising the success of Indian Armed Forces in Operation Sindoor from the ramparts of Red Fort, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India has punished enemies beyond imagination. He was addressing the nation on India's 79th Independence Day.
मुझे बहुत गर्व हो रहा है आज मुझे लाल किले की प्राचीर से ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के वीर जाबाजों को सैल्यूट करने का अवसर मिला है। हमारे वीर जाबाज सैनिकों ने दुश्मनों को उनकी कल्पना से परे सजा दी है। और इस अपील को पहलगाम में सीमा पार से आतंकियों ने आकर के जिस प्रकार का कत्ले आम किया, धर्म पूछ करके लोगों को मारा गया, पत्नी के सामने पति को गोलियां दी, बच्चों के सामने अपने पिता को मौत के घाट उतार दिया गया। पूरा हिंदुस्तान आक्रोश से भरा हुआ था। पूरा विश्व भी इस प्रकार से संहार से चौंक गया था। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर उसी आक्रोश की अभिव्यक्ति है। 22 तारीख के बाद हमने हमारे सेना को खुली छूट दे दी। रणनीति वो तय करे, लक्ष्य वो तय करे, समय भी वो चुने। और हमारी सेना ने वो करके दिखाया जो कई दशकों तक कभी हुआ नहीं था। सैकड़ों किलोमीटर दुश्मन की धरती पर घुस करके आतंकी इमारतों को खंडहर बना दिया। पाकिस्तान की नींद अभी भी उड़ी हुई है। पाकिस्तान में हुई तबाही इतनी बड़ी है कि रोज नए नए खुलासे हो रहे हैं, नई नई जानकारियां आ रही हैं।
Prime Minister gave his 12th Independence Day address to the nation on Friday. During his address, the Prime Minister hailed the abrogation of Article 370, saying how the mantra of one nation, one constitution was accepted. He said India will not differentiate between terrorists and those supporting them.
हमारा देश कई दशकों से आतंक को झेलता आया हुआ, देश के सीने को छलनी कर दिया गया है। अब हमने एक न्यू नॉर्मल प्रस्थापित किया। आतंक को और आतंकी को पालने पोसने वालों को, आतंकियों को ताकत देने वालों को अब हम अलग अलग नहीं मानेंगे। वो मानवता के समान दुश्मन है, उनके बीच कोई फर्क नहीं है। अब भारत ने तय कर लिया है कि न्यूक्लियर की धमकियों को अब हम सहने वाले नहीं हैं। न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल लंबे अरसे से चलाया, अब वो ब्लैकमेल नहीं सहा जाएगा। आगे भी अगर दुश्मनों ने ये कोशिश जारी रखी, हमारी सेना तय करेगी, सेना की शर्तों पर, सेना जो समय निर्धारित करे उस समय पर, सेना जो तौर तरीके तय करे उस तौर तरीके से, सेना जो लक्ष्य तय करे उस लक्ष्य को अब हम अमल में ला करके रहने वाले हैं। हम मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे।
On the Indus Waters Treaty, PM Modi said it had caused enormous harm to agriculture in India. He said that attack in Pahalgam underscored the futility of continuing the agreement. He said India has now decided that blood and water will not flow together.
भारत ने तय कर लिया है, खून और पानी एक साथ नहीं बहेंगे। अब देशवासियों को भली भांति पता चला है कि सिंधु का समझौता कितना अन्यायपूर्ण है, कितना एक तरफा है। भारत से निकलती नदियों का पानी दुश्मनों के खेत को सींच रहा है और मेरे देश के किसान, मेरे देश की धरती पानी के बिना प्यासी है। ये ऐसा समझौता था जिसने पिछले 7 दशक से मेरे देश के किसानों का अकल्पनीय नुकसान किया है। अब हिंदुस्तान के हक का जो पानी है उस पर अधिकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान का है, हिंदुस्तान के किसानों का है। किसान हित में, राष्ट्र हित में ये समझौता हमें मंजूर नहीं है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi promised a big Diwali gift in the form of next generation GST reforms. When announcing National Critical Mission, he said self-reliance in critical minerals is essential. Highlighting the importance of Atmanirbhar Bharat, PM Modi said a nation's true pride lies in self-reliance, and that is the foundation of Viksit Bharat.
आत्मनिर्भरता का नाता सिर्फ आयात और निर्यात, रुपये, पैसे, पाउंड, डॉलर यहां तक सीमित नहीं है। इतना सीमित अर्थ उसका नहीं है। आत्मनिर्भरता का नाता हमारे सामर्थ्य से जुड़ा हुआ, और जब आत्मनिर्भरता खत्म होने लगती है तो सामर्थ्य भी निरंतर क्षीण होता जाता है। और इसलिए हमारे सामर्थ्य को बचाए रखने, बनाए रखने और बढ़ाए रखने के लिए आत्मनिर्भर होना बहुत अनिवार्य है। साथियों, हमने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में देखा है मेड इन इंडिया की कमाल क्या थी। दुश्मन को पता तक न चला कि कौन से शस्त्रास्त्र है, ये कौन सा सामर्थ्य है जो पलक भर में उनको नष्ट कर रहा है। सोचिए, अगर हम आत्मनिर्भर होते न होते तो क्या ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इतनी त्वरित गति से हम कर पाते? पता नहीं कौन सप्लाई देगा, नहीं देगा, साजो सामान मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, इसी की चिंता बनी रहती। लेकिन हमें मेड इन इंडिया की शक्ति हमारे हाथ में थी, सेना के हाथ में थी। इसलिए बिना चिंता, बिना रुकावट, बिना हिचकिचाहट हमारी सेना अपना पराक्रम करती रही।
PM Modi also announced Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. He also said 6 semiconductor units are already on the ground and 4 new units have been given the green signal.
21वीं सदी टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन सेंचुरी है। हम जब टेक्नोलॉजी के अलग अलग आयामों की बात करते हैं तो मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करता हूं सेमीकंडक्टर्स पे। उदाहरण के तौर पे बताता हूं, 50-60 साल पहले सेमीकंडक्टर को लेकर के फाइलें शुरू हुई। 50-60 साल पहले फैक्ट्री का विचार चालू हुआ। आप मेरे नौजवानों जानकर के हैरान हो जाएंगे, आज सेमीकंडक्टर जो पूरी दुनिया की एक ताकत बन गया है, 50-60 साल पहले वो विचार, वो फाइलें अटक गई, लटक गई, अटक गई। सेमीकंडक्टर के विचार की ही भ्रूण हत्या हो गई। 50-60 साल गवा दी। हमारे बाद कई देश सेमीकंडक्टर में आज महारत हासिल करके दुनिया में अपनी ताकत को प्रस्थापित कर।
Praising how every Indian is carrying the tricolor with them today, PM Modi mentioned that over 140 crore Indians are carrying the colors of the tricolor.
बजट का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा ये पेट्रोल, डीजल, गैस इन सबको लाने के लिए खर्च होता था। लाखों करोड़ रुपए चले जाते थे। अगर हम ऊर्जा में डिपेंडेंट न होते तो वो धन मेरे देश के नौजवानों के भविष्य के लिए काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के गरीबों को गरीबी के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ने में काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के किसानों के कल्याण में काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के गांव की परिस्थिति को पलटने के लिए काम आता। लेकिन हमें विदेशों को देना पड़ रहा। अब हम आत्मनिर्भर बनने की दिशा में काम कर रहे हैं। देश को विकसित बनाने के लिए हम अब समुद्र मंथन की तरफ भी जा रहे हैं। हमारे समुद्र के मंथन को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम समुद्र के भीतर के तेल के भंडार, गैस के भंडार, उसको खोजने की दिशा में एक मिशन मोड में काम करना चाहते हैं। और इसलिए भारत ने नेशनल डीप वाटर एक्सप्लोरेशन मिशन शुरू करने जा रहा है।
Earlier, Prime Minister visited Rajghat in the national capital and paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. This year's Independence Day theme is Naya Bharat, reflecting the government's vision of achieving Viksit Bharat by 2047. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Umar Abdullah and LG Manoj Sinha regarding the cloudburst tragedy that hit the people of Kishtwar on Thursday. He inquired about the in-ground situation and took all the updates. He assured all the help that people would require. All right, indeed, India's Vishal Bharisto has joined us live on the story. Hi Vishal, good afternoon to you. Prime Minister Narendra Modi just spoke to Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and as well as LG Manoj Sinha. What are the details do you have for us on this?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Siddharth. First of all, a very happy Independence Day to you. Let me tell you that before Prime Minister spoke to the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, he was speaking from the ramparts of the Red Fort, and he did mention that we are facing the fury of nature, and my heart goes to all those who have been affected. Our government is trying very hard, and also the paramilitary forces, the armed forces, and also the NDRF is working round the clock to take control of the situation. Meanwhile, Prime Minister has spoken to the Chief Minister and also the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. He took stock of the situation. He has assured all help by the central government, and the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir has also reciprocated, and he said that it's a welcome gesture by the Prime Minister, and the people of Jammu and Kashmir also hold the Prime Minister in great respect, and they are thankful to the Prime Minister for his assurance of support. We all know that cloud burst has struck Kishtwar, though monsoon fury is there all over the hilly area, especially in the northern region, but the Kishtwar cloud burst is the recent one, and Prime Minister has assured all help to the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Indeed. Vishal, what information do you have for us as far as the rescue operations are concerned, and has there been any advisory that has been issued in that area and in the nearby area as well?
Well, people have been asked to stay indoors and not to panic, because the rescue operation is on. The NDRF and the armed forces, they are taking control of the situation. They are helping the people, and they are in the rescue operation. Let me tell you that the armed forces were already there in the Uttarakhand and also in Himachal Pradesh, and here in Jammu and Kashmir, the armed forces, especially led by the Indian Army and the Air Force, they are helping in the rescue operation. So the operation continues. Meanwhile, the assurance has also come from the very top, and we are talking about the Prime Minister. So situation is under control.
Okay, Vishal, this is developing, and we'll keep taking updates from you. But as of now, thank you so much. We'll leave it there. Indian ministers extended greetings on the 79th Independence Day. On social media platform X, India's Home Minister Amit Shah posted, "Heartfelt congratulations to all countrymen on Independence Day. I pay homage to the freedom fighters who sacrificed everything in the independence movement. I also salute the brave soldiers who worked tirelessly for the unity, integrity and the pride of the nation. Let us all come together to fulfill the dreams of the immortal martyrs of the freedom struggle and resolve to contribute our utmost to building a developed, self-reliant and exemplary India in every field." India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also wished the people of India greetings to all fellow Indians on our Independence Day. This day is not just a celebration of our freedom, but a sacred remembrance of the courage, sacrifice and supreme selflessness of countless heroes who gave us the honor of a free India. Let us take inspiration from their ideals and work together to build a secure, strong and prosperous Viksit Bharat. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar in his wishes said heartfelt greetings to all countrymen on Independence Day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Happy Independence Day. Minister for Information and Broadcasting and Railways Ashwini Vaishnav also wished countrymen on Independence Day. The Chief of the Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi, shared a message and paid homage to the freedom fighters who sacrificed their life for the independence movement. Industry people have praised Prime Minister's speech, which has inspired 1.4 billion people of the country.
Today, on the occasion of 79th Independence Day, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, talked about various aspects concerning society, defense, industry, economy, and gave a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat. He lauded our entrepreneurship spirit and talked about creating new GST reforms which will be applicable by Diwali, reducing taxes, especially for MSME sector. He mentioned about the energy security and also the clean energy, where deep sea oil exploration, the nuclear power will be made available to the private sector, pharma related research and IPs, and pride of Swadeshi. He also mentioned about the new generation tax reforms in income tax and other places.
Today, Honorable Prime Minister's speech inspired 1.4 billion people of India. He has once again given a clarion call for Viksit Bharat by 2047. He appealed youth, women and industry to be vocal for local and make sure that we make the quality product in very competitive prices. Honorable Prime Minister also emphasized that this is the moment of India, and finally he said, "Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai." Jai Hind.
As the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi reminded us today, the vision of Naya Bharat and Vikasit Bharat 2047 are within our reach. A developed, self-reliant India ready to take its place as a global leader. At the heart of this vision lies Atmanirbhar Bharat, an India that draws strength from its own capabilities and innovation. A key player of this journey will be energy self-reliance.
All right, and senior journalist Shekhar Iyer is joining us on the broadcast today. Mr. Iyer, a very warm welcome to the broadcast. We just heard some industry people praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech today from the ramparts of Red Fort. And let me just tell you this. Okay, first of all, a very happy Independence Day to you, Mr. Iyer. And it filled the hearts of 1.4 billion Indians today when they saw the Indian flag as well as the flag of Operation Sindoor flying high in the sky. And he emphasized a lot on a lot of things today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized on Atmanirbhar Bharat, emphasized on Operation Sindoor. As far as Indus Waters Treaty is concerned, he said that blood and water cannot flow together. In your assessment, how do you analyze this speech by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? It was indeed a very impactful one.
Definitely, Siddharth, there was a lot of emphasis on self-reliance, there's Atmanirbharta. And we saw that stretch that concept right from the defense to our economic emancipation. And also in terms of fighting and tackling challenges of poverty, deprivement, and taking the country towards Viksit Bharat.
Correct.
So the whole theme, if you ask me, is how necessary we have to stand on our own legs, and what are the big ticket, changes that are on cards. So you heard about semiconductors, you heard about new mission, deep water sea mission,
Indeed.
deep sea mission for mineral scouting, and you heard about
demographic mission,
which is a very important mission, which is also connected to internal security.
Correct.
And you also heard about Sudarshan Chakra mission.
And Samudra Manthan as well. He mentioned Samudra Manthan also.
Yeah, Samudra Manthan.
Yeah.
So there are several aspects, one is concerning Atmanirbharta,
Yeah.
but also a lot of emphasis on, and then ease of business. Particularly, he announced our traders and consumers can look forward to a lower GST rate as a Diwali gift.
Yeah.
He has, that's a very important thing because the industry and the trade and business have been talking about problems they are facing in terms of implementation of the GST. He has promised a new GST rollout, which would take account into all that experience we have had in the last 8 years. That's a major announcement that will contribute towards ease of business and ease of life and living. So
Indeed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir also mentioned today that India will not at all tolerate any sort of nuclear blackmail, and he also said that after Operation Sindoor, Pakistan's sleep is still disturbed. Operation Sindoor, Mr. Iyer, we all know that it has told the world that India will not tolerate terrorism, and it's enough. If you will try to disturb our country in any manner, you will get a befitting reply. Also, linking to that, our Made in India weapons. They are being widely appreciated in the world. And a few days back, India's defense production got a huge boom. So, putting all these things in perspective, how do you analyze that?
Well, the Prime Minister made it very clear that the country that has been sponsoring terrorism could not even imagine what would be the consequences of
painful consequences. In fact, yesterday, during the presser by Ministry of External Affairs, it was said that any misadventure will result in painful consequence.
And they have already been given a taste of it.
Definitely, yes. Operation Sindoor is a shining example of that.
Yeah. So you can see that the Prime Minister made it very clear, particularly the new policy that the government has set forth following the Pahalgam attack. One, we will not distinguish between the so-called state actors and non-state actors, actual terrorist groups and states sponsoring terrorism. That thing is gone. If any terrorist act, we know who is behind it and we will accordingly go to punish them, number one. Number two, no question of submitting to this kind of nuclear blackmail. We'll bomb you. Even now we heard, from the soil of America, General Pakistan's Field Marshal Asif Bureh talking about, what would be the consequence. Regarding the Indus Waters Treaty, which was also mentioned by the Prime Minister, his address today. He said this was an unfair treaty signed in 1960, where 80% of the water of the Indus River would go to Pakistan, and our farmers were deprived because only 20% would come to us. And also, we have discussed detail about what were the elements of that treaty, which saw that you could not even, do dredging. These are the things that are coming out, and Prime Minister said, look, water and blood will not flow together.
Yes.
That's a very important point that the Prime Minister brought forth. And as you mentioned, Operation Sindoor showcased to the world, entire world, what is our quality of our weapons.
Yes.
Many of which have been indigenously developed. People have been talking about BrahMos. Recently, the Air Force Chief as well as the Army Chief have mentioned the role played by the indigenous weapons, particularly in, to put it in a very common language, blasting the hell out of Pakistan's terror infrastructure as well as its military infrastructure. The Air Force Chief mentioned the number of aircraft blasts. And today, with the gallantry awards that were announced, a lot of them went to pilots and to our army officials who played a big role, our soldiers who played a big role in our air defense system. So, which goes to show that the importance of Atmanirbharta, we have already felt, because PM mentioned in a different context, he said, what if we were dependent on vaccines to be imported to fight the COVID? What we had to depend. And similarly, Prime Minister said, what if we have to depend on others for what weapons will come, whether they will not come? So that era of, dependability is ending fast.
Definitely.
We are going to be on our own legs. We have to develop our capacity and capability. And we have also to see that our potential in terms of human resources, in terms of human talents, that will have to be fully tapped. That is why whether it is semiconductor, whether it is green energy, whether it is tapping nuclear energy, the whole idea is more and more young people with ideas, with entrepreneurial skill and energy and drive and dynamism should take advantage of this kind of schemes that the government has laid before them. So
Definitely. You just mentioned, Mr. IS, semiconductors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today recalled how setting up the factories of semiconductors 50, 60 years ago were killed at birth. But it's not the case now, because India is now on a mission mode. This is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. And also by the end of this year, the nation will roll out its first made in India chip. So how do you react to that?
See, we have to make up for the lost years, as the Prime Minister put it.
Okay.
This whole idea of first semiconductor plant was talked about 50, 60 years ago.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you call it red tape or our tendency to procrastinate, the whole thing got delayed. And as he said, they all remained in files. Even the files were always lost. Now we have realized the importance of semiconductors. This is one high-tech frontier area where nobody is willing to give you, easily the technology. That's why from lost decades to mission mode. And a lot of new activities going on there, new things are happening. So very soon, as the Prime Minister put it, in the semiconductor area, you see, we have got strategic partnership with some countries in this area. So these are areas where, we have to move forward faster. Time is not on our side. And that is why he came with that slogan. Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai.
This is the time. And this is the right time. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. Very quickly, I want to ask you that we all know that youth is the future of the country. And in his speech today as well, in a big boost to the youth of the country and in a big morale booster, PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana was also announced. How you see this? Youth getting 15,000 rupees, even if they are getting jobs in private sector. Big boost.
This is a very important scheme. You see, basically to help the industry, the trade, and the job providers as well as job seekers. Give them that economic wherewithal, so that because already the apprenticeship was announced in the last budget. This is going to give them further boost in terms of for a youth today, because this is the biggest challenge in all the government schemes. So that you would have noticed, the idea is to see that how it serves the national interest and also how jobs can be created.
Correct.
This has been the twin objective in every scheme that the PM has rolled out. Every scheme, whether it is drone, drone Didi, you see, look at this whole idea. Such an innovative thought, that you can use technology, the drone technology for purpose of agriculture. And in that process, you can tap our women, the rural women, they can be trained, they can be made into drone Didis, that they can operate drones. And they can be trained for that. I mean, these are the things that are here, and the whole, the push seems to be that constant reforms. Today Prime Minister announced that new GST will be rolled out as a kind of a Diwali gift.
Definitely, and it will help. It will help everyone, sir. Every sector, and also industrialists, youth, everyone, middle class,
and
upper middle class,
also new generation reforms.
Definitely.
Reform. The committee is being set up to. Already look at ideas, to look at the future, what kind of challenges we face and what we need to do today.
Correct, sir. One thing which I want to say here is that India is shining on the global map with its vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. And it's progressing in all the sectors and on the path to become #1 in every field. We leave it there, sir. Thank you so much for joining in on the broadcast.
Thank you. Happy Independence.
To you too, sir. PM Modi has announced Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana worth 1 lakh crore, which will create 3.5 crore new employment opportunities for the youth of the country.
आज 15 अगस्त है। आज 15 अगस्त के ही दिन मेरे देश के युवाओं के लिए 1,00,000 करोड़ रुपए की योजना हम चालू कर रहे हैं, लागू कर रहे हैं। आज से प्रधानमंत्री विकसित भारत रोजगार योजना आज ही 15 अगस्त को लागू हो रही है। ये आपके लिए बहुत खुशखबरी है। इस योजना के तहत निजी क्षेत्र में पहली नौकरी पाने वाले नौजवान को, बेटे बेटी को 15,000 रुपया सरकार की तरफ से दिए जाएंगे। कंपनियों को भी नए रोजगार देने के अवसर जो भी ज्यादा जुटाएगा, उनको भी प्रोत्साहन राशि दी जाएगी। प्रधानमंत्री विकसित भारत रोजगार योजना करीब 3.5 करोड़ नौजवानों को रोजगार के नए अवसर बनाएगी।
On the proud occasion of 79th Independence Day, on Friday, India's minister hoisted national flag at their residence. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh hoisted the national flag at his residence in Delhi. Union Minister Manohar Lal Khattar hoisted the national flag at his residence in Delhi. On the occasion of Independence Day, Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan hoisted the flag at his Delhi residence and wished the countrymen a happy Independence Day. Chief Minister of the Central State of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, also hoisted the national flag at the BJP office. Chief Minister of Northern State of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, hoisted the national flag at his residence in Lucknow to mark the 79th Independence Day. Northern State of Rajasthan CM Bhajan Lal Sharma hoisted the national flag on Independence Day. Chief Minister of Northern State of Haryana, Nayab Singh Saini, hoisted the national flag. Northern State of Uttarakhand's CM Pushkar Singh Dhami also hoisted the tricolour on 79th Independence Day. 79th Independence Day was also celebrated in eastern state of Bihar, where CM Nitish Kumar hoisted the tricolour. Northeastern state of Tripura's CM Manik Saha hoisted the national flag on Independence Day. Greetings and heartfelt wishes poured in on Friday from India's neighbouring nations on the occasion of its 79th Independence Day, with leaders from the Singapore, France, Maldives and Nepal extending their congratulations and reaffirming strong bilateral ties with the country. The Singapore High Commission in India shared a gesture for Indian travellers heading to Singapore for the long weekend. Former President of the Maldives, Ibrahim Mohammed Solih, took to the social media platform X to convey his wishes to the Indian leadership and its citizens, noting that India has been a steadfast friend and neighbour on which Maldivians can count. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nepal, Arzu Rana Deopa, also extended her greetings through a post on X, addressing External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and people of India. She emphasized the Himalayan country's deep values in the long-standing and enduring partnership with India, noting that India has been a shining example of democracy around the world. Similarly, the French embassy in India took to social media to extend its greetings. The embassy posted on X, "Our warmest wishes on Independence Day 2025. The Korean embassy in India extended greetings on the occasion of India's 79th Independence Day, highlighting the warmth of bilateral ties and cultural camaraderie. The 79th Independence Day of India was celebrated by the High Commission of India in Bangladesh on Friday. A large number of Indian community members took part in the celebration at the Chancery building in Dhaka. Artists of the Indira Gandhi Cultural Centre and members of the Indian community sang patriotic songs on the occasion. High Commissioner Pranay Verma hoisted the national flag and read out excerpts from the President's address to the nation. This year, the Independence Day celebrations marked India's 78th year of independence, and the celebrations were held with great fervour. The Assistant High Commissions of India in Sylhet, Khulna, Chattogram and Rajshahi also celebrated the Independence Day. World's biggest Indian flag is going to soar over Johannesburg, South Africa today. A historic and monumental event indeed. The flag measuring 26 meters in height and 39 meters in length, flown by helicopter for 2.5 hours over the city. This event is a powerful symbol of India's unity and pride for Indians living in South Africa. As India celebrates 79th Independence Day on Friday, Chairman of Prasar Bharati, India's public broadcaster Navneet Kumar Sehgal also hoisted the national flag in the premises of the Doordarshan Bhavan, New Delhi. On this occasion, the PB Chairman Sehgal appealed to the citizens of the country to work towards building an economically and socially strong nation.
हम सबका ये कर्तव्य है कि हम जो एक देश में एकता, देश में जो सद्भावना, देश के जो हमारे आज़ादी के वीर, आज़ादी के संग्राम सेनानी थे, जिन्होंने क्या लक्ष्य लेकर लड़ाई लड़ी, आंदोलन किए, अपना जीवन कुर्बान किया, उन सबों को जो याद करते हुए उनके एक लक्ष्य की तरफ देश को बढ़ाने के लिए हम सब लोग जुटे हैं। और लोग सरकार के नाते हमें न केवल जन जन को सही सूचनाएं, सही खबरें पहुंचानी है, बल्कि उनमें एक देश की भावना को विकसित भारत 2047 तक बनाने के लिए, हमारी विरासत को सरोजने के लिए, समाज को एकजुट रखने के लिए ये सभी संदेश उन तक पहुंचाकर एक समर्थ, आर्थिक रूप से और सामरिक रूप से समर्थ देश बनाने में सब नागरिकों को सहयोग देने की अपील करें।
The national flag of India, the tricolour, is primarily crafted by women in the state of Karnataka. This unit is the only one authorized to manufacture and supply the Indian national flag. A predominantly female workforce is involved in the process, from weaving the khadi cloth to stitching and printing the flag. Let's listen to this report.
It's really not just a cloth which we wear or which we use for other purpose. No, it is not actually what it is. It is something which everybody respect for it.
हमारा कंट्री का जो ये फ्लैग है वो राष्ट्रपति भवन सब लोग सैल्यूट करता है।
तभी किधर भी हम तिरंगा देखे तो हम करते ना, ये ध्वज हम बनाते ना।
हमारे यहाँ पे ब्यूरो इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से 9 साइजेस का फ्लैग बनाते हैं हम लोग, और हमारा रेशियो है 2:3, 1.5 फीट चौड़ाई रहे तो 1.5 लंबाई रहता है। उसी के हिसाब से हम लोग नेशनल फ्लैग बनाते हैं। हमारा कपड़ा तो यहाँ गद्दन केरीग्राम है, वहाँ तुलसीगेरी, जालीहाड़ा, बेलूर करके सेंटर है, वहाँ से कपड़ा बन के गुड़ाउन को आ जाता है। यहाँ से मैं ऑरेंज ग्रीन कटिंग करती हूँ, वाइट कटिंग करके यहाँ अशोक चक्र प्रिंटिंग के लिए दे देती हूँ। बाद में हम लोग स्टिचिंग के लिए लेते हैं, वहाँ ऑरेंज ग्रीन कटिंग करते हैं, कोरा डक कट करते हैं, वहाँ से वहाँ पीस वर्क के हिसाब से वहाँ फ्लैग सीते हैं। लेडीज़ लोग ही करते हैं, कटिंग हो या प्रिंटिंग हो, स्टिचिंग हो, आयरनिंग हो, सब लेडीज़ लोग ही करते हैं, महिला लोग ही है।
ये नेशनल फ्लैग बनाने में इतना क्रिटिकल है, प्रॉब्लम्स है, वो सबको हम सॉल्व करके, हमारा औरत लोग बहुत मेहनत करके ये काम पूजनीय काम समझ के कर रहा है।
यूथ्स अपने देश के लिए क्या कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं? When it comes to me, I am preparing the national flag, which makes me feel very proud.
पता नहीं, वो एक भगवान जैसा हम मानते हैं उसको। तिरंगा बोले तो हमारा देश भारत माता जैसा लगता है वो।
हम कितना आज थक के रहते हैं, सुबह क्यों हुआ, काम को नहीं जाना, काम छोड़ देना, ऐसा लगता है, फिर भी हम नेशनल फ्लैग बना रहे हैं। उठ के जाना, कितना भी तकलीफ हुआ तो भी हम उठ को काम को आते हैं।
This is a small little contribution that I am doing for my nation.
सब काम करने को मिलता है, लेकिन ये काम करने से हमारा पुण्य का काम है।
अगली जन्म में मुझे यही काम करने के लिए अवसर मिला तो मैं यही काम करती हूँ।
Moving on to international updates, finally there is going to be a meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday. The anticipation over the outcome is quite high. Will it be a repeat of Zelensky-Trump Oval Row or actually a warm handshaking? As Trump insisted that he would not be intimidated by Russian leader Vladimir Putin on the eve of high-stakes summit and said Ukraine would be involved in any deal on its fate. Putin flies to Alaska on Friday at the invitation of Trump in his first visit to a Western country since its conflict with Ukraine in 2022 that has killed tens of thousands of people. As Russia made gains on the battlefield, the Kremlin said the two presidents plan to meet one-on-one, heightening fears of European leaders that Putin will cajole Trump into a settlement imposed on Ukraine. Though Trump promised not to finalize any deal with Putin and said he hoped to hold a three-way summit with Zelensky, possibly immediately afterward in Alaska. Germany has strongly objected to an Israeli plan to build thousands of new homes in the West Bank, calling on the government to stop settlement construction in the Palestinian territory. Berlin strongly rejects the Israeli government's announcements on thousands of new settlements in the Israeli-occupied areas of the West Bank. Earlier, Israel's finance minister backed plans on Thursday to build 3,400 homes in particularly contentious area of the occupied West Bank. The United Nations chief warned that building Israeli homes in the area would put an end to hopes for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Israel has long had ambitions to build on the sensitive parcel of land east of Jerusalem known as E1, but the plan has been frozen for decades amid international opposition. Meanwhile, European Union's top diplomat has also urged Israel on Thursday to desist from a plan to build homes in West Bank. EU diplomat Kaja Kallas said that the decision of Israeli authorities to advance the E1 settlement plan further undermines the two-state solution while being a breach of international law. Spain on Thursday mourned its third wildfire death this week, and Greece began beating back as a blaze threatening its third largest city as an unrelenting heat wave stoked tinderbox conditions in southern Europe. The European Union said it was working non-stop to support countries battling wildfires raging across European countries. The assistance comes as the country recorded one of the longest heat waves since records began. They have razed about 148,000 hectares in the country this year, the second biggest area since 2006. Spanish authorities said one person battling flames in the northwestern Castile and Leon region had died, taking the toll to 3 after earlier reporting fatalities there and near Madrid this week. Extreme summer heat, which scientists said human-driven climate change is exacerbating, has fueled blazes across the region, including Greece, Portugal, Spain and the Balkans. Greece, which has also requested EU assistance against wildfires, gained ground against a major blaze that had closed in on the western port city of Patras. Firefighters there faced scattered pockets of flames, but the fire was still active in the eastern outskirts of the city of 250,000 people, fire brigade spokesman said. A wildfire burning through central Portugal lit up the night sky in the hues of orange and red. So far this year, about 52,000 hectares of Portugal's total area have burned, exceeding the 2006-2024 average for the same period by about 10,000 hectares, according to the European Forest Fire Information System. No consensus was reached during talks in Geneva on the world's first legally binding treaty to tackle plastic pollution, according to delegates on Friday. More than 1,000 delegates have gathered in Geneva for the 6th round of talks after a meeting of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee in South Korea late last year ended without a deal. The INC is a group established by the United Nations Environment Assembly in 2022 with a mandate to develop a legally binding global treaty to address plastic pollution. Negotiations had gone into overtime on Thursday as countries scrambled to bridge deep divisions over the extent of future curbs. Diplomats and climate advocates had warned earlier this month that efforts by EU and small island states to cap virgin plastic production fueled by petroleum, coal and gas are threatened by opposition from petrochemical producing countries and the US under President Donald Trump. The most divisive issues include capping production, managing plastic products and chemicals of concern, and financing to help developing countries implement the treaty. The closing submissions in a national security trial against Hong Kong pro-democracy businessman Jimmy Lai were delayed on Friday after his lawyer stated he had suffered heart palpitations. Lai's lawyer told the court he had felt close to collapsing and was following a specialist's recommendations, though arrangements were still underway. The closing submissions will resume on 18th of August with medical support and equipment ready for Lai before the hearing restarts. Lai has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges of conspiracy to collude with foreign forces and a charge of conspiracy to publish seditious material. Earlier on Thursday, US President Donald Trump said he would do everything to save him. Shifting focus to India's 79th Independence Day updates, President Draupadi Murmu paid tributes to the bravehearts at Delhi's National War Memorial on Independence Day, honoring those who made the supreme sacrifice in the armed conflicts of independent India. The President was accompanied by Chief of Defence Staff Anil Chauhan, Chief of Air Staff Amarpreet Singh, Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi and Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, with all 5 of them marching to the memorial while being drenched in heavy rain. The wreath was also carried by 2 women Air Force officers, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Union Minister of State for Defence Sanjay Seth were also present at the memorial. On the occasion of 79th Independence Day, sand artist and Padma Shri awardee Sudarshan Patnaik unveiled a stunning sand sculpture at Puri Beach. The 8-foot-high sculpture bore the powerful message Bharat Mata Ki Jai, paying homage to India's armed forces. That's all for this edition of DD India News Hour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.